streaming. Alright, we should be live. What's up, y'all? Today we are going to be talking about programming MIDI drums in IK Multimedia's Moto drummer. A friend of mine turned me on to this program a few weeks back, and I've used Superior Drummer, I've used Slate Drummer, I've used all kinds of different programs, and I like using them all for different reasons. But Moto drummer really has a different sound to it. The interface is really unique. So let's dive in here and check out what we got going on. Alright, we're going to be working again in Studio One today. Let me make sure. Alright, cool. So I have a track that I'm producing. Some of y'all may recognize this voice, Mr. Troy Cartwright. Awesome vocalist, singer, songwriter. Well, let's just go ahead and go through some of these presets here. I'm going to shut up here and kind of just let y'all listen to some of these stock presets that Moto drummer has going on. I want to kill this mic so you don't hear all this clanking on this keyboard. I really like that one. That's the rock kit. Let's keep going. Listen to a few more. Couple more here, and then we'll get to laying some of these. I'm just kind of let y'all hear the sounds of this Moto drum. I dig it. And a few more, extreme and reference kit. I know I like this extreme snare. The cool thing is that you can change the rooms too. You can come over here to rooms. Great graphics. Bunker. Large studio. Cathedral. Sounds huge. There's a simple booth. I like that. Let's go back to the model kit. Listen to this last kit we got. I find that some of the MIDI drums, it's like either the drums sound good or the cymbals sound good. Not a lot of times that they both sound good, you know. Immediate reaction, they both sound pretty good, like as far as the real drums or the actual shell drums and the cymbals. I will say on Slate the samples may sit like a little bit more aggressive in the mix, like just more gain or like more compressed maybe. So this leaves room for more of a for more processing, which there's nothing wrong with that. So let's go ahead and listen to this track and see if we can lay a drum groove. I'm just now starting to build out this track, so there's not a lot going on, but I like to start with the drum. So for just to kind of show you how I got a track started, you'll hear the bare bones that we got going on and kind of how I start building the bones out. So let's do it.
The biggest sky I ever saw was in Texas. Bluest water I've seen.
Yeah, there's not even guitars on that verse yet. Let's get to a chorus here, see what we got going.
now. It just hit me.
Kill this mic real quick.
You must be the prettiest girl I don't know. I ain't there. If I leave right now, I'll never forget that smile. So I just had to say hello to the prettiest girl I don't know. Did you get your
I think I had input quantize on there, so let's listen and see how this laid out.
prettiest girl I don't know? I ain't there. If I leave right now, I'll never forget that smile. So I just had to say hello to the prettiest girl I don't know.
Sounds great, man. I want to go ahead, now that I got like a little groove, and try out a couple more drum options. So the cool thing about Moto Drummer is if you have the overall feel of a kit that you like and you want to change just the snare, you can click this customize button, click on the one that you want to customize, and swap it out with any of these other kits. So that's a pretty cool snare. Let's listen and see how this sounds in context. Swap some more out. I'm a sucker for like those higher tuned snares. Not all the time appropriate, but I love the way that thing sounds. I think these samples sound really good in this Moto drum. Listen again. Change some more snares. I don't hate that one. It's kind of cool because it's kind of in the key of the song in a way. It's a lower tone. That's cool. That's cool. Again, messing with the room sounds. That's nice. I like the club setting. It's like a dry studio booth there. I love the graphics on this. It's cool. I like that tone right there. And not that we need to, but just because I want to mess around with Studio One here, let's just go ahead and add a little bit of compression. I'll solo up. Actually, I'll see if I can get a loop going. I'm going to drag this across there. I'm going to select my loop tool here. Select this plus button, but not there because that's on my master. Where am I going? All right. I want to go over here to Effects and select Compressor. I love that you can type it in and drag and drop just right on this track here. It shows me my compressor. And let's adjust these parameters. I'll keep the ratio pretty low. Bring this threshold down. And you see this little yellow right here? That's my gain reduction on this plug. Usually they look pretty similar. So I'm going to keep that around 3. And this little attack release, you can mess with it. See, it's holding on to it for a lot longer. A quicker attack. You can do the auto. Let's see what this auto sounds like. So yeah, I just encourage y'all to mess around with some of those settings on a compressor. Don't let it overwhelm you. Just there's not too much going on. If you keep your ratio low and you keep your threshold where it's not too aggressive, then usually you can come in here and make it sound pretty good pretty quickly. So now that I got some compression going, let's go ahead and keep building out some drums. Let's go to chorus 2 here. I won't turn my loop off because I don't need it. All right. Got this selected. Yeah, man. I dig that kit. All right. Let's hit this chorus 2. I had the vocal out of there. I couldn't tell where I was, but let me just listen to see how this played out. I don't know if it input quantized it. It's selected up here, so let's see if it did. It did, because I don't play that much in time for sure. Oh, that's nice. So I tried to add something fancy in there. If y'all notice that little ghost note on the kick, I want to see how it handled it on the quantize, and it really did good. Another thing that I like about Studio One is you come in here and you have different views here. You have the piano roll. This is usually what you're used to looking at in Logic, but what you also have is this drummer view. And I like this because it really separates the instruments by kick, snare, hi-hat. It only shows you the MIDI parts that you're using, so you're not overwhelmed with all the other choices. So I really like the drummer roll. It's really cool editing drums in here. We'll do a little bit more of that, but I wanted to show y'all that little ghost note, so let's listen for it. Boom, boom, ba-boom, that little ba-boom. Let's listen to it. Right here. Nice, because it's not too quantized, but I'll go ahead and bring this down a little bit more. Really hear it there. I'll bring it back up. I dig it. Definitely can overlap some or overlay some cymbals on there. That could be cool too. Yeah, man. And this is just the Moto drums with a little bit of compression. Not too much going on. But let me go ahead. I'll undo the scratch so I can tell where I'm at again. Let's see. Little solo part. Hadn't done the bass yet on this either, but y'all are hearing the bare bones here of a track. Let's see. Alright, I dig that. Had the input quantize on, which I love. I could set it a little bit less aggressive, which probably I need to do, meaning like where the strength's not as hard, but makes you feel good when you listen back to it immediately and it's like in time. Too many kicks. Let's see. Let me get this one. I don't want to hear one of those doubles right there. Listen. Right here. That little ghost note. Ba ba ba. That's what I'm trying to do. Usually, I'll come in here and draw some symbols too. Ooh, that's a nice one. One right here. I dig that. Let's see if we can do some verse 2 drums. Yeah, I think so. I'm going to put them on another track though. I might affect them differently. So whenever you duplicate a track in Studio 1.5, it's going to ask you duplicate track or duplicate track complete. Complete basically means that you're carrying over all the processing, all the plugins that you have on there. So that's what I want to do. So I want to duplicate track complete. There it is. I can go in and delete this because we don't want that doubled up. Now I can rename this Moto Drums 2. See, the cool thing about this, now that I'm in the verse, I can actually come in here and adjust my reverb. It's letting me know that that's almost expired. And I can get a dry reverb or a different reverb if I want a different vibe for the verse, which usually is the case. So, and really for this one, I'm just going to dry it up a bunch. So I'm not sending much, if anything, to that. Let's see, where's my mixer? I wonder if I can figure out. It's a cool looking mixer, big knobs. I'm trying to figure out where's the room or something. It's like an almost still here room. Let me see. Maybe that's as dry as it gets. I don't want to bore y'all with that. Let's go ahead and track some more drums on this first 2. Again, I just duplicated this track because I may affect the drums differently in this second part. So let's hear what we got. Alright, input quantizer's on, let's listen back. Alright, I love the input quantize. I know Logic's got one too, but totally opinionated thing, but I think PreSonus Studio One looks better too, like just visually. I get tired of looking at Logic all day. Same thing with Pro Tools. I know Pro Tools tried to update it with Pro Tools Dark and everything, but nothing's as desirable to look at. Nothing's as pretty is what I'm trying to say, is looking at, these different color tracks in here. It makes a difference, man. If you're staring at a screen all day, having something desirable that you're looking at as far as creating tracks and building out a session, like, it's fulfilling whenever you can enjoy the interface and the way that it operates. So that's what I like about Studio One. Again, I've only been using it for about like 3 or 4 days, really. But in that time, I've dropped all my sessions from Logic into Studio One, and I'm still on the fence. Like, do I keep doing Logic tutorials, or should I kind of just go over to Studio One and show you guys this? Because I love it so much. I think it's the best of both worlds between Pro Tools and Logic, which is both of what I used to use a lot. And I see myself in Studio One just using Studio One. So, I'm kind of putting it through the test. I'm cutting vocals through it. I'm cutting guitar tracks through it. And now today I'm programming MIDI drums to it. It treats MIDI amazing. You have all your quantize options up here. You have more quantize options down here in each of these, menu bars. And I'm still getting used to the layout of everything, but everything is pretty simple. All the tools that you need immediately are pretty easy to find, which I like. They're not hidden in menus, you know. You just turn it on or off and you get going, you know, and you can adjust all the tracks really quickly and keep your sessions organized with folders in the same way that you would with Logic. But man, I just really like it. So I'll shut up and talk and do a little bit more music here. I could hear just like a couple tom fills. So I'll go ahead and duplicate this track, complete again, and have another Moto drummer here. That way I can hear a little bit of tom fill action going on. Not that. Here we go in this verse. Couple beats there. That's how that sounds. Usually your tom fills don't need to be too crazy, just in the transition spots, you know, and try to make the dynamics different. So instead of just, you know, kind of giving it like a dun 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 rather than a dun dun dun, you know, I don't know if that makes any sense, but the dynamics of building into different dynamic things really make difference whenever you're programming drums. So let's listen to chorus 2 and see wherever else we can get these toms. Can't talk today. I like that same feel, but it's kind of a thing. So. You know, I didn't mean to break down the groove there, but I really like to where that happens now that I hear the vocal on it, because it's like a pre-chorus, or no, post-chorus. So I'm going to turn up this vocal track here and let you guys hear what's doing there. Then it comes back into it. It needs to keep going after that. Matter of opinion, but I like it. I don't need to take that much of it. I'll just do this much. Oh, that didn't come. All right, so let's figure out why.
Right now, I'll never forget that smile.
All right, there it went. Let's listen to how this goes.
Know your number, don't know your name, know where you came from, why you came here tonight, but I'd sure like to buy you a drink, take a spin through the world of the prettiest girl I don't know.
That's cool.
But I'd sure like to buy you a drink.
Some bass in there. Okay, so here's a perfect opportunity to kind of create a feel here. And no, I'm not talking about going and dragging and dropping a feel, which, hey, if you do that, that's awesome. There's nothing wrong with that. But I kind of like to do something custom. So I have several drum tracks pulled up here. And so now we can do some flam, meaning like instead of both at the same time, kind of flam them together. Like it's hard to explain, like a horse trot, you know what I'm saying? They're coming at different times, not at the same time, but those are kind of a cool way to do some fills. So let's try a flam here for this fill.
Through the world of the prettiest girl I don't know.
So very simple, and the way that I played them, let's come in here and see. You know, because that input quantizer was on, see, it all made them one note. That's not what I want. So I'm going to turn this input quantize off and do the same thing again. Let's see how it turns out. Okay, now that you see it here, I don't know if you can, but see how these are not coming at the same downbeat. That's what we want. So let me see. How do I drag these? I want to be able to drag them wherever I want. I know there's a way to do it. Oh, there it is. Okay. So the ending note is what I want kind of on the beat, the way it is on this one. Not so much on this one, but this one. So let me do this. All right, still, okay, there it is. I just duplicated it. Sorry about that, y'all, but now I have it to where I want it. Let's listen to this. Okay, that's a cool little feel there. But what I want to do here is bring these volumes down. That way we get more of a volume difference. So see how these are all as loud as they can go? We want to make it different. That's cool. I want to drag that back a little bit more. I know there's a better way to do that. Again, here's a little bit before it. And when it says girl here, I want to add an open hat. So let's see if we can find that. Maybe one more little. Right here. Right here. So basically what I did there is, this is a closed hat and this is an open hat. So whenever you put that closed hat, that's where it obviously closes after you hit that open hit. So this is how it works in the groove. So it closes too early there. That's why I moved it back here and listen to where it closes in the groove. These are the subtle things that I feel like making MIDI drums sound real. So it's like a whole note. And then it closed. And you know what? I'm kind of feeling some ride action instead of the hi-hat here. So let me delete it in this part. Oh, that's a nice sounding cymbal. Alright, let me try to add this ride action in here. I want to go ahead and delete all these hi-hats here. See how this turns out. Alright. That's alright. I don't think my input quantize was on. Apply. Okay, there it is. Okay, when he starts singing again, I definitely want to go back to the hi-hat. So I'll get that right here. Uh-oh, I deleted the wrong one. I deleted my snare. Don't delete the snare. And that time I deleted my kick. Okay, what's going on here? Maybe this is where it's at. Yep. All right, that's it. Now we're on the right track. All right, I can dig it. I think that's good. Come in here. Okay, well, that's weird. What's going on there? All right, first buggy thing that I've noticed on... I don't know what that is or why that's happening. It's like the menu disappeared here, but when you hover over it, it reappears. That's weird. I don't like that. But nothing's crashed yet. No, all the plugins I've loaded, I haven't been able to overload a session or anything like that. So there's some awesome things about it too. But that's the first thing, honestly, that I've noticed. That was weird. Maybe one of you guys out there can let me know if that's happened to you. Dig that. Kind of feeling one more drum fill on there. I'll do that right here. Make sure my input quantize is not on. When I keep saying that, that's this button right here. When you select that, it goes ahead, and as you play the MIDI notes, it quantizes them immediately as they go into your session, which is helpful, cool, and enjoyable. But sometimes you want to do these flammy things where you don't want it quantized so hard. So yeah, I like that. Just 3 tom hits there. And see, that's, since those are single hits, that is the kind of thing that I would want quantized. So alright, but just so I wrap this video up, it's not forever long, I'll just go ahead and solo up these Moto drums here so you can hear what's going on again. Again, there's no magic or anything other than a little bit of compression. That's all that's happening on these drums right now. If I can find my drum track. Again, what we did here is we have our rock custom kit, and then we customized it, swapped out the snare to the plexi snare, which I love that you can do that. Mix and match the kits. You can do that on Superior Drummer too, but I will say Moto Drummer's interface, even though it doesn't dive as deep, I like it just because it's like super user friendly, and you know, you get great sounds quick. You can mix and match and kind of get what you want. So here's going to that verse 2, let you know a little bit different room tone on this verse. I don't know if y'all could tell how the drums dried up a bit when we go into this verse. And to really create a bigger difference, we can come in here, and when it goes back to these chorus drums, maybe we made another track and changed the room again for that last chorus. You know what I'm saying? So here it comes. Too big. There you go. So that's cool. Got that room there, so listen to this difference. What if you go in from the drier verse 2 into this chorus? Ooh, I love how that does that. And you know what? On this middle track here, I'm feeling another, even though I don't hear the music that's going on, I'm feeling another little tom build right here.
Just a minute ago, I saw the prettiest girl I don't know.
Yeah, dude. Listen to that.
Girl I don't know.
And of course, we need a simple. Right here. back in there. Be cool to have another cymbal drop. Cymbal splash, whatever.
But I'd sure like to buy you a drink. Take a spin through the world of the prettiest girl I don't know.
My ride's a little hot there. Let me see if I can go into this mixer. Just exploring this with y'all on here. There it is. So it's got a little pan control. I love how the interface, like all the knobs are really big. You can see everything. It doesn't feel like as micro as some of the other interfaces, whether it be battery or Superior Drummer even. Alright guys, that's pretty much it for today. What I've been thinking about is like, how do we get to where we can program drums as fast as we can without it taking a lot of time but still sounding really good. Whether that mean if we're dragging a bunch of samples on there, sometimes that can be really tedious. So I love pulling up an interface in a program like Moto drums where the samples are already lined up in there in a way where they're already they sound good with the kits. You don't have to like assemble a kit or build out a kind of like an MPC pad or whatever, kind of like what you would do if you were making a loop. I like working that way in battery as well, but sometimes it's just easier to go in here and just grab Moto drums and get started on something. So hope you guys learned something from this workflow. I'll do more videos like this. Let me know what you guys would like to see. I still got to figure out this live thing and figure out how to look at the comments and be able to do this as well. But thank you guys for being here, whoever has seen this and who will see this in the future. We're going to do a lot more like this. Shout out to my brother helping me get these cameras and all this stuff set up. And this is just